Today we're talking about 3 reasons why the stock might go over 30. I believe that we should have a more clear, let's say, guideline of the enhancement period. Q3 will be very closely watched by myself. Stocks and companies are always there to surprise people out there. In the earnings, there could be always a kind of surprise, right? So, as everyone now complaining very negatively about Virgin Galactic, remember that we had this kind of retraces many times before with the same stock for the same reasons. Okay, and we knew exactly what happened after that, a new all-time high. Remember the point where you said, oh, I wish I had more space stocks? Well, now is the time to buy actually for cheap. And today we're talking about 3 reasons why the stock might go over 30 and way beyond afterwards, obviously. But let's have a look what happened actually in day before yesterday, because this will be the second point that we will discuss today. And you see that though the stock started negatively again, after it reached like 1928, it went on a almost 3% gain, okay? With the overall market that picked up the stock also, it seems like the lowest point that we've seen so far is over us, okay? It was at 19 so far, okay? It always can go lower because the resistance are like 18 and below, but still, you know, sometimes you wait for the perfect time to buy and it just passes you. So the moment you believe in the stock is usually the moment that you should buy the stock. And when the stock is on discount, well, then you buy more, okay? That's the game. So let's dive into the first and very important reason why Virgin Galactic shares could absolutely go 30 and beyond in the next couple of weeks. Yes, obviously number 1 reason could be the earnings on the 4th of November, if I'm not mistaken. We are having Q3 earnings, right? This means that we will know how the company is burning capital for one. So we will know how the business get maybe a little bit cost effective, but I think there will be no big surprises, okay? Somewhere in the range of $50 to $70 million per quarter of costs. Then on the other side, I believe that we should have a more clear, let's say, guideline of the enhancement period. Okay, the enhancement period already started, so maybe some update over there, and then, you know, a step-by-step information. Okay, what will happen first, what they will do during the enhancement period, and maybe also some surprises, which we will talk about in the end of the video. So stay tuned, because it's very important to understand that in the earnings there could be, you know, the presentations, right? There could be always a kind of surprise, right? It was in the past negative, sometimes in the past, sometimes positive, right? So this could obviously at this very premature company and stock be very volatile in one or the other direction. Then you can also believe that you can see a tremendous update on ticket sale. I really hope that they will mention anything about that, because they said they will open ticket sale, but they didn't really open it, right? According to the website. I don't know if someone out there, you know how to get the ticket or hands-on tickets, but in the end, you know, there's just a registration form where you put in your data, and then, you know, they say they get back to you. I did that, and I think a lot of people out there did that as well. Specifically, if you are an investor, you wanted to check how it works, right? But nobody contacted me, so I think they gather all of this, you know, potential customers, and they can come up with a crazy amount of number, which could absolutely, you know, break through all of their expectations. Okay, this will be something to watch. Okay, this could really pop the stock 10-20% on one message only. You remember when For example, Tesla announced the very first time how many reservations they had for the Model 3. Yes, this was a huge bull run for the stock. So this kind of news are very, very good, very, very potential for the company. So Q3 will be very, very closely watched by myself. And I think that this is something to really, really be aware that I think that something like that could be very, very great for the stock and could bring the stock to $30. So the second reason why the overall market could actually pick up Virgin Galactic is the follows, okay? If we are looking into the S&P 500, okay, which represent always the great overall market in general. So you can see here, since about a week, we just know one way up, and this is great. Great for bulls, right? And what happens when the overall market is bullish? What when the overall market goes higher? You know, you see many things are actually tremendously going forward, like, you know, Bitcoin is reaching 64,000. You see the S&P 500 now cross over the big resistance of 4,500. And now you're seeing, you know, all of these stocks now trying to get to all-time high. The overall market, what happens is it picks up exactly those stocks that lost a little bit on the way over the last couple of months and drag them up. And this is actually one of the main reasons why space, looking a couple of time back, actually went from about $7 in December with a huge bull run to over 300% gain, to over 320% gain to almost $30. This, you remember the time? This was beginning of 2019, just before the health crisis and everything. And everyone was just buying this crazy amount of stocks. And I think this could happen again. So I think that we could move from, you know, 19, just with the overall market, back to 30 with some other two catalysts that we will discuss in this video. So first, obviously, is the quarter earnings, if there's like a big surprise. And then obviously the last one, which we will discuss in the end of this video. So stay tuned and make sure to subscribe and like this video. And as you can see, you know, also if you're going into, for example, the S&P 500, you will see that we are actually in a very, very great outlook, okay? If we are looking into the 3 months period, you see that we crossed the purple line here, which is the 50 moving average, and also the red line here, and the 200 moving yellow line is anyway far away. But you can see here that, you know, with breaking through, there's a great way to start a fantastic, really a fantastic way to rally to the end of the year. And I think that this could pick up space as well. Also, if you're looking, for example, one of my favorite analysts, as you know, out there is you know, Fundstrat, right? Tom Lee. And he actually, not only there's a couple of other people saying that there's seasonality, as for example here in this pattern, you see that usually it will go further up, but there's also the Fundstrat. So Tom Lee is showing a very nice data here, for example, that always you had like 43 to 32 days up and down, right, before we going another 7% higher. So we still have time to go to up to 4,800 question mark, and this is obviously great for the overall market. So this could pick up space as well and shoot it over $30 per share, and I would love that. Last but not thing, yeah, exactly. Last but not least, one thing, okay? One more thing, like Steve Jobs always said, like he said always, one more thing.
There is one more thing I forgot about. We'll see y'all soon. Thanks. But we do have one more thing. So thank you. But there is one last thing.
Imagine about the one more thing is something that is pulled off quite regularly by CEOs and companies. Why? The stock market works very, very easily. Expectations, if they are being beat, then this is very bullish. If expectations are there and they will not meet or fallen short of, well, then the stock and the company can fall quite drastically. Now, think about like in presentations like Steve Jobs with the iPhone or Elon Musk with the Roadster. It was always a surprise moment when the guys came out and say, there's something more even, right? So I think that we saw something in this direction already one time or even two times. One was with the new CEO, it came out of nothing. And then when the FAA came out and said, they have the license. So in both cases, the stock gained 20, respectfully up to 40, I think 40% with the FAA approval. So those kind of surprises can happen, guys. Don't underestimate that, okay? It's very, very important to see that also stocks and companies are always there to surprise people out there. So be ready for a surprise over the next couple of 8 months. I would hope that this will happen because this will show you that, how positive news can very much impact this company and this stock price and easily shoot it up above $30.